Okay. Hey, Jamon, how are you this morning, buddy?
Good. How you doing, David?
I'm great, man. Hey, thanks for joining me. Just wanted to catch up with you. I mean, we pretty much are in regular contact because you're in the coaching program, but we haven't talked in a little bit. And I wanted to just kind of see how the program is going for you. You started with us a few months ago, and
hmm
you've got some pretty lucrative deals already. So can you tell me about how your experience has been so far with the land business, how you're liking it, your coaching? Tell us about a couple of example deals that you've done.
The coaching and everything, and just like the courses in general, um, I think are doing really well for me. I would say because when I was first looking into getting the lands, I was kind of doing the traditional kind of course where I would, I'm basically cobbling a bunch of information I'm getting on the internet and Facebook and everything else like that. Doing the coaching and everything is like helped me, answer the questions that I have like right now instead of me, combing through things and kind of decrypting all of the answers that are coming through on the internet and everything. And what I really like so far is if you just put one foot forward and you keep going through the process, things happen. And I think you asked me to give an example. My first property that I bought, and it was $8,400, and I sold that one for 17.5. And then my second property I bought for $11,000 and 11,200, and sold it for $26,000. So
Nice,
those are my first
nice.
two. I went for
Not
larger
bad,
properties. No, it's
not
pretty
bad.
nice. And so far, I've done close 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 properties.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. You just told me about a deal earlier that you just put under contract, a commercial
Yes.
deal. I want to hear a little bit about that.
So, I came up with a place out in California City. Um, it's in the manufacturing or commercial district. I just ended up finding a place kind of just by mailing, taking chances and just putting everything out there. You got to put stuff out there to get stuff back. And I came across a 1 acre place, and manufacturing around there is being sold, for like $50,000 to $70,000. And I was able to pick up this place for $11,000. So I still have a little work to do on rezoning and kind of making it a thing now. It's commercial, so changing it over, it shouldn't be too hard. You just got to pay a little bit of money. So when I'm all in, it'll be like 18,000, and on the lowest end, I think about $50,000. Yeah, that one's really exciting. I got video on it and
That's
everything. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
that's awesome, man. So you've really gotten off to a quick start. I mean, a
Yeah,
dozen deals and that really nice lucrative one. So I mean, you talked about being able to disseminate information, and you could even have just bought a video course, whether it's ours or somebody else's. How and you talked about being able to get answers right away. I mean, my business coach always told me if you're starting something new, the best way to hack your success, meaning accelerate that time frame, is to work with an expert, somebody who's been there, a mentor.
hmm
How much difference would you say? Where do you think you would have been had you not actually ponied up and paid the money for coaching?
you're gonna pay for your education somehow.
Yep.
So, are you gonna pay for the mistakes you made, or pay for it in time that you have? I decided to pay for my education through coaching, and coaching meant to me going with someone who's has the experience, is going to answer my questions in, more or less, I don't want to say real time, but pretty fast, and with more than a, one word answer. So, it becomes deeper than that. So I took the coaching because I'm going to pay for my education, and I don't have time to wait for a year to get, my first 6 deals. You can always buy property. That's not the problem. It's all the minutia in between of being able to sell it, how to present all the material so it's easy to sell. It's one step of just buying property is just buying property. How to find it is another step. So I
Yeah.
didn't want to take all that time. So if I didn't take that course, I'd probably be like within 6 months. You start maybe getting, maybe one. you might have been lucky, maybe two. But you
Yeah.
want not one or two, you want consistency. So,
That's
I
right.
was
You want
in,
deal flow.
yeah.
And
So
you
within the
pay
first 2 months,
you basically paid for your coaching with a deal and a half. So you made enough profit on that
absolutely.
first deal, you doubled your money. That paid for 80% of your coaching, and then a little smidgen of your next deal paid it off, and you're off to the races. Yeah, and you've definitely taken advantage. To me, I think the most value is being able to get your questions answered. Like that
Yeah.
in a timely manner. Should I do this deal or not? This is something screwy here. What is it? And
Yeah.
because there've been many times when you and I go back and forth, and we trade little video recordings and audio recordings, and sometimes it's something where it's just quicker to call you up and we have a 5-10 minute conversation. All right. So finally, and this question sort of in a roundabout way already been answered in this interview, but for the would-be land flippers out there, or those who are struggling, maybe they've taken a video course, maybe they're trying to hack it like what you initially tried to do, and for people who are maybe they're in real estate, maybe they're wholesalers or fix and flippers or realtors, and we
Sure.
all know inventory's tight in sticks and bricks all over the country, but there's
Mhm.
3.1 billion acres of raw land in this country. What would be
Sure.
your advice to those people?
There's no silver bullet, but there's a lot of, you got to put the work in and everything else, but you need an advantage and you need to find your advantage. And one of those advantages is definitely having a mentor or a coach or whatever word you want to use for it to give you the answers that you need to move forward. Now, what you do with that information is your choice. I already came up with it earlier. I said, you're going to pay for your education. So, is it through coaching? Is it you through making mistakes and you pay for those mistakes, which those pit holes could possibly, drown you. You're going to be done, your money is gone. Or do you pay with time? And how much time do you have? Are you trying to run a business? Is this a side gig? So
Right.
I just say in the end, you're going to pay for education. So where do you want to be? I wanted to run a business. I wanted to start a land business. This is how I did it. And I think it was through coaching.
Couldn't agree more. And then I'll just make a final comment. People that I've seen come and go and flame out, when there's not a lot of skin in the game, it makes it a lot easier to quit when things aren't going so well. And when
For
you
sure.
pony up some serious change, and it ain't chump change for a mentor, you've put both feet in. You're no longer dabbling. And if you decide to dabble after you've made that commitment, then then it is a cost, not an investment. But this is a big investment in yourself. And look, it pays off. I've seen every person that I've ever worked with who really commits and puts both feet in, they're successful. So all right, man. I appreciate the time. You have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it, buddy. It's nice talking to you.